More than 35 million NRIs sent over $135 billion to India last year alone. As per the recent studies, nearly 60 to 80% of the NRIs living in the countries like US, UK, Canada, Australia and Singapore eventually wants to retire in India. On the surface, it sounds like the perfect plan. Lower cost of living, closer to the family, familiar culture and lifestyle. But here's what many people never talked about. Retiring in India can either become the most peaceful chapter of your life, or it can slowly drain the wealth you've created spending decades. Healthcare inflation in India runs 10 to 12% annually. A wrong bank account decision can cost your interest income taxable for many years. Even the currency depreciation can drain or reduce your purchasing power even without you realizing it. Even buying a property the moment you return back can lock up a major chunk of your money in the asset, which will be difficult to exit if the plan changes. The problem is simple. Nobody explained all this clearly at one place until now. In this video, I'll walk you through a complete financial roadmap for the NRIs planning to retire in India. Whether you plan to return in next 5 years, 10 years, or have recently moved back and feel financially uncertain, this guide can help you avoid mistakes that cost many NRIs years of saving. Because retiring in India isn't just about coming home emotionally, it's about coming back financially prepared. So I strongly recommend you to watch this video till the end, because I'll also share where most NRIs lose money after returning even when they think they've planned everything correctly. By the way, I am Kalpit Dave, your NRI financial planner. With this channel, I aim to simplify the complex financial topics and help NRIs take smart and informed financial decisions. So let's get into the step-by-step plan. Step 1. Define your retirement lifestyle. Before we talk about crores of investment, you need to answer one uncomfortable but important question. How do you actually want to live after retirement? Most NRIs skip this step because they assume India is affordable and everything will naturally fall in place. But the truth is, cost of living in India varies dramatically depending on the location. For an example, do you want to live in Tier 1 city like Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi? Or would a Tier 2 city like Jaipur, Indore suits you better? Will you buy a house or rent one initially? Will you really rely heavily on the private healthcare? Or do you want a simple lifestyle or one that includes travel and experiences? Today, a comfortable retirement lifestyle in a Tier 1 city typically costs you around 1.5 lakh to 2 lakh per month. And in the Tier 2 city, the same lifestyle may cost you nearly 70,000 to a lakh per month. And in a smaller towns, 50 to 60,000 could be sufficient. Same country, completely different retirement cost. India is affordable, but only when your lifestyle matches your location. Step 2. Calculate your retirement corpus. Once you know your lifestyle expectation, you can start calculating how much money you actually need. Many NRIs make the mistake of using Western retirement formulas and applying them directly to India. But India is a very different inflation structure. Lifestyle inflation averages around 6 to 7% annually, which means your expenses could double within 10 to 12 years. Healthcare inflation in India is even higher, often 10 to 12% or even more. And after retirement, your focus shifts from aggressive growth to the stable income, a capital protection, which usually reduces the investment returns. A simple rule is multiply your annual expenses by 30. This gives you a rough estimate of the retirement corpus needed to sustain your lifestyle. For an example, a comfortable retirement in a Tier 1 city may require around 8 to 10 crore. In the Tier 2 city, the amount will be near to 5 to 6 crore. If these numbers sounds intimidating, remember that consistent investing over the time can make them achievable. For an instance, investing 50,000 per month for next 20 years at the 12% return can grow roughly 4.5 crore. Increasing the monthly investment to 75,000 or maybe 78,000 for 15 years, you could build a corpus of 5 crore. The math is simple. The real challenge is discipline. And remember, This retirement corpus is meant to provide financial independence and stability, not the luxury upgrades or risky ventures. It is meant to give you dignity, independence, and a peace of mind. And honestly, this is far more valuable when your basic lifestyle and healthcare needs are covered. That is when retirement stops being stressful and starts being peaceful. But for NRIs, peace doesn't depend only on the expenses. It also depends on the currency you earn in and the currency you spend in. Step 3. Understanding currency risk. This is where many NRI retirement plans quietly go wrong. Most NRIs grow up believing one simple idea. As long as the dollar keeps getting stronger against the rupee, retiring in India will automatically be cheaper. And for a long time, that belief seems true. Today, you earn in dollars, dirhams, or pounds. But once you retire in India, almost all of your expenses from groceries to utilities, healthcare to domestic health will be in rupees. When $1 converts to 90 rupees, it creates a strong psychological comfort. Your saving suddenly appears larger and India feels much more affordable. But this is where the real trap begins. The mistake happens when people start thinking in terms of exchange rate instead of purchasing power. What really matters is not how much rupees you receive for $1. What matters is how much purchasing power those rupees can support over the next 20-30 years. Because of the gap between rupee depreciation and inflation within India, many NRIs have effectively lost almost 2 years of purchasing powers over the period. The falling rupee may make your dollar look bigger, but rising inflation in India quietly reducing your purchasing power. In other words, you may feel richer on the paper, while quietly becoming poorer on the reality. Lifestyle inflation in India averages around 6 to 7% annually, while healthcare inflation can rise up to 10 to 12% and sometimes even higher. So even if the rupee continues to depreciate, the real buying power of your money may still decline every year. There is another hidden risk here is timing. Many NRIs convert their large amount of money emotionally. They transfer big amounts or big sums during the global uncertainty or buy property immediately after moving back. What they often overlook is that property locks a large portion of their wealth into a single illiquid asset. If they later realize they dislike the neighborhood or want to move cities, it becomes extremely difficult to exit quickly. And unlike investments, currency decisions rarely gives you a second opportunity to average out mistakes. Smart NRIs treat currency conversions differently. They don't see dollar to rupee conversions as a one-time opportunity. They treat it as a long-term risk that needs to be managed carefully. They keep a part of the retirement corpus invested in the global asset, shift the funds gradually based on the real expenses and diversify across the currency. Because in retirement, financial security does not come from chasing the exchange rates. It comes from building resilience. Now we've covered 3 key parameters: lifestyle, retirement corpus, and the currency risk. And if this has already helped you rethink your retirement strategy, consider hitting the like button and subscribing it. Because what we are about to discuss next is where even financially aware NRIs make irreversible mistakes. Step 4. NRI, NRO, RFC, and FCNR account. Bank account structuring is one of the most overlooked aspects of NRI financial planning. Many NRIs make the mistake of converting their NRI and FCNR deposits soon after coming to India. This decision is often financially inefficient. Let me explain it too. An NRI account is designed for the income earned in foreign. The biggest benefit is that the interest earned is completely tax-free in India, and both principal and interest is fully repatriable as long as you maintain your NRI status. This makes the account highly efficient for holding your foreign earnings and savings. An NRO account, on the other hand, is used for the income generated within India, such as rent, dividends, but the interest earned here is taxable. While repatriation is possible, but it involves some paperwork and limits. If these accounts are used without fully understanding the regulations, it can easily lead to the avoidable taxes. FCNR deposits allows you to hold your money in the foreign currency while still earning interest. This helps you to protect your money from sudden currency fluctuations and gives you more control over when and how to convert your money. RFC account. RFC accounts can help you maintain the foreign currency even after you move back to India. It gives you a luxury to plan your transition. Here's an important insight. Transition planning matters far more than the exact date you return to India. A poorly timed conversion can turn what was tax-free interest income into a taxable income for years to come. One wrong decision with your accounts doesn't just affect a single year. It can quietly increase your tax burden for decades. My advice is simple. Don't rush to transfer all your money into a resident account immediately after you return. Give yourself some time. Spend the first 1 and 2 years in India, understand the system, settling into your lifestyle, and learning the financial nuances. Once you are comfortable and fully aware of the details, then only you can gradually move your funds and transition into resident account. Financial decisions should never be rushed because in retirement planning, the biggest mistakes rarely comes from the bad investments. More often, they come from the bad timing. Now let's move to step 5. Investment strategies before and after returning to India. Your investment strategy should start evolving before your residency status changes, not after. Before coming back to India, it often makes sense to maintain exposure to global equities and dollar-denominated assets, which provides diversification and currency protection. After returning to India, the focus should gradually shift to Indian equity for better growth, fixed income for the stability, and a retirement-oriented income strategies. These investments offer important diversifications. It helps you to protect your savings from rupee depreciation and often involve the fewer tax implications in India while you still hold the NRI status. However, once you move back to India, your investment focus should gradually begin to shift. Kenyan equities can start playing a larger role in your portfolio to support your long-term growth. At the same time, stable debt instruments such as RBI bonds, fixed income products, and eventually senior citizen savings scheme can help you create a predictable and steady income stream. For those in the accumulation phase, particularly between their 30s to 50s, a useful guideline is 60-30-10 portfolio framework. Now this typically includes 60% in equities for growth, 30% in debt for the stability, and 10% in the alternatives such as golds or international assets or any other diversifications. The key is that this transition should happen gradually, not suddenly. Equally important is knowing what to avoid. The products like ULIP, traditional insurance plan, which is disguised as an investment, that locking your money for a longer period can significantly reduce your flexibility in your retirement planning. A well-designed retirement portfolio should evolve smoothly over the time. It should never feel like a sudden financial shift or disruption. But there is one asset that has the potential to turn even a carefully planned retirement completely upside down. Now that we have covered 5 steps for your retirement guide, we will take this forward next Thursday. If you are an NRI or know someone who is an NRI, share this video with them because the decision you made today will shape the next 30 years of your life. And if you'd like more insights on NRI money, taxes, and retirement planning, leave your questions in the comment. I am Kalpit Dave and subscribe to learn how to make your finances less tricky with NRI Certified Financial Plan.